Give us a captain's log, Nick.
Captain's log. Mick's tum not feeling good. Downed an entire vat of chocolate cake shake. Dying. I can hear death's scythe grinding across my pebble floor, inching towards my life.
Devastating. This is nothing new, Mick. Why are you always eating shit and destroying your stomach?
Dude, the if Mick had to get insurance on his plumbing, rates are sky high, dude. Like, there's no way no one's insuring the plumbing that's going on in Mick's tum. Welcome back to another episode of Toon Talk TV, the top animated podcast on YouTube. Hold on.
We should clip all of the times that Mick fucks up the beginning.
It's every time. It's every time. And he speeds it up too.
Welcome back to another episode of Toon Talk TV, the top animated podcast on YouTube. If you're just joining us and you're an insurance salesman ready to insure mouse plumbing, hit me up. Patreon page, patreon.com/wearethetelevision. Mick needs intestinal insurance. Stat. Things are getting out of control right now, boys. He's overindulging on this mouse money right now.
Why do you have so much mouse money?
Father's public domain, so now he's just getting checks.
Oh,
just
man.
getting checks.
Toss some
That's
over
true.
here.
That's what
I could
happens.
use a little.
Willie is just dishing it out.
cash.
How you been, guys? I feel like we haven't been in front of the mics in a while. How are things going, Bob? How are things going, Fred?
Fucking rough. I'm not gonna lie, man. A lot of stress, a lot of things coming up. Little baby on the way, slowly approaching. It's quickly approaching, actually, at this point, and I feel like
slow.
the house is a mess. You know, I'm traveling, so I'm not able to help the pregnant wife. It's a little rough. But
That pineapple's getting out of control.
pineapple is a mess right now.
Sponge
It's an
wife
absolute mess.
can't clean as much as she used to, huh?
No, that's true.
No. But yeah, again, if you're new to the channel, be sure and like, follow, and subscribe. Today's tune is I got a few notes on today's tune that I'll save for the end. But we're talking about Poltergeist Pizza by Violet Schofield, which happens to be her first animated short that just debuted this past weekend, April 19th.
Really?
How crazy is that?
Super cool.
That is crazy.
And she did a great job at it for being a first. I deep dived into her channel. She does have a lot of stuff up there. There's like a lot of tiny little shorts, tiny like fun little animations or like appropriations of other cartoons. But for an original piece of content, a 3.5 minute long piece of content, she did a great job.
Bravo.
Yeah, that's a beast of a premiere tune,
Yeah.
of a first tune.
Yeah.
I feel like even though it's the first tune, it's obvious that there was a lot of work going up to it.
Yeah.
Because that's in BlockBench. Have you guys ever heard of that? Of what she's working on?
I recently just got off the page, like looking into that because I was so infatuated with like what was going on with that. One, it's free. Two, it's open source. And Minecraft, it was used to make like Minecraft and stuff like that. Which
that's pretty awesome.
Touching on her style, it's such a cool way. I mean, growing up on N64, like I never really, I think I took for granted that style. Like I don't think back then I would have watched a cartoon in that version, like in that type of style and been very excited about it. But now it's kind of nostalgic. Like I don't really see it that much.
Mhm.
And it's super cool.
At that point in time, like that was high quality. So like high fidelity graphics. So at that time, when you think vintage, I think we would reminisce on what was previous before that.
Like
but now
Sega,
just
yeah,
the fact
like 2D,
that,
like,
exactly.
yeah.
Fred, you kind of hit the nail on the coffin. Is that the right phrase? Nail on the coffin?
I think so.
Something like that?
That's a saying. That's
It's a
saying.
Mickism.
Yeah.
My initial notes right now were video game, really cool. It kind of reminded me of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. You guys ever played that game?
Oh yeah, I could see that.
It's exactly what it looked like. And then I have not qualms, but like I'm into certain retro video games. You give me TMNT and the old X-Men arcade game, playing those all day long. Love it. But then I think
Great games.
there's a certain, it gets to a certain point with like GoldenEye, Mario 64, Zelda, that I think they've just been redone so much that I prefer the newer version versus like going
Hold
back
on.
to old version.
You don't like GoldenEye?
I'm not a golden.
On N64?
I'm not a gold. I can't do. I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
You're the only person that has ever told me that. You are like the one and only. That's a classic that will never die.
I think that if they made GoldenEye today, I would prefer the GoldenEye that they made today versus the GoldenEye they played on N64.
They made a later one, and it did not. I mean, I want to say this was. It wasn't on Switch. I'm pretty well. It was just a later.
Can't they just like
007
reskin it
game.
to make it look like modern day cartoons or so, or modern day
I wonder.
video
We got to
games?
look that up. I feel like they would have done that by now. It might be available on the Switch as just like a remastered game. But
I want the GoldenEye of Red Dead Redemption. Give me everything in Red Dead Redemption style. That's what I want.
are you saying take Red Dead Redemption and bring it vintage looking, or are you saying
bring GoldenEye into
make
the
everything
Red
look
Dead
like
Redemption?
Red Dead Redemption? Oh my
Exactly.
God. Shut up.
that's a different game?
Shut up.
You can't just say make it a different game.
So back to the tune. It did have this retro feel that I thought was really good. She also mentioned this was her first forte into comedy writing, which I thought was very good. Like it was.
There was some very funny things, and like as far as like jokes go, like they felt original and like new spins on old things. Like the one joke that made me, it was kind of like a gross up in the beginning where they showed the rat guts, pickle eyeballs, and fishbone pizza.
Oh yeah,
Like-
and the fishbone for visual
for visual gag.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the scream, the audio screams behind it. Like those jokes are always funny to me, but you don't see them in this medium, so it's like it's cool.
They also didn't feel forced. Like it felt natural. Like that was a good place to have that joke. Like it wasn't crammed in there like some things are. Bob, what were your thoughts on this tune?
I just thought it had such a unique look. Like I haven't really seen. I mean, there's so many like Minecraft-ish cartoons on YouTube, but they're all like straight up like I made this cartoon using Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
This was a complete unique style, and I think it elevated the short. I think even the starting the theme part at the beginning, like the training video for the being a pizza delivery, just for Poltergeist Pizza was very
it served a purpose.
That was a
too.
good idea.
Like it served a purpose.
Yeah, it served a great purpose.
Fred, what were your thoughts?
Like she could do more of these.
Yeah.
I was just about to say my thoughts is that she asked her audience, would you think this could be a series, or is this kind of a one-off? And everyone was like, hell yeah, it could be a series. And I agree. I think it's a good world. I feel like you could build off this and just keep building. I guess zombies is played out, but this isn't zombies. This is like ghouls and dead people. And it's not, that's kind of like as a second off, like in the forefront was just someone delivering a pizza and having issues with it, which was relatable.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So side question. It's a obvious shitty pizzas. Like, I mean, none of us would eat that shit on a pizza. What do you guys think is the worst pizza chain?
Worst pizza chain? Mick's gonna have to go. Mick's not a I would say Pizza Hut. I'm not a Pizza Hut fan. Mick's not a Pizza Hut fan.
Okay. All right.
Pizza Hut sponsored this video.
But I know you eat Pizza Hut.
Oh yeah.
You have it every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Fred?
I feel like I haven't got it in a long time. What's that pizza with the logo of the little caveman guy?
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Yeah,
Not
that was a bad one. You know what my least favorite is? And it's not even because I think it's the worst. It's the most disappointing. When I was younger, my favorite fast food pizza was Papa John's because that garlic
Don't talk
dipping
bad
baby.
about Papa.
Dude.
It
Don't
was so
talk
good.
bad
Papa's
about
It
Nick's
was
number
so
one.
good.
Papa's Nick's number one.
So good. So you go back to it now, just a puddle of grease, man.
It's been a minute.
Gross. It's unfortunate. It's disappointing.
So Mick wanted to close out this episode with a question for both of you. Since this is kind of retro themed, it had a nice nostalgia callback. The question is, your desert island video game. You got to bring one to a desert island and play all the time. But here's the twist on this. Me and Fred are going to try to choose what Bob's would be. Bob and Fred will pick what Mick's is.
You know what it would
So,
be. You know what it would be.
Wait, any video game?
what we think, so right now, me and you, Fred, what do we think Bob's Desert Island video game would be?
Hold on. Before you answer, you're on a desert island. Do you have internet connection?
You do. You have enough to, but it's a retro throwback game. Not, you're not playing Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like what
Yeah.
throwback game?
What do
are
we
you playing?
classify as retro?
90s.
Any
game.
anything N64 and before?
Correct.
Or are we talking
Correct.
Okay.
GameCube?
All right.
That counts,
You guys
too.
aren't going to get mine. You guys aren't going to get mine, but
Bob's is Tony Hawk
Let's
Pro
see.
Skater 2.
nope.
What do you think it is, Fred?
I'm gonna have to go with the Beavis and Butthead game.
Bob?
Very good pick.
What's the answer?
I know that's for a fact. I know that's yours, Fred, but that is not mine. It's between two. It's really between two. This is going to be hard. It's either Star Fox N64.
Okay.
Ooh, that's
because
a good
that
one.
one's
That's a
amazing
really
to
good
play
one.
alone and to keep playing over and over again.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Yep. And the second one is Super Smash Bros.
Okay,
Those
that's
are
a good one.
good.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Amazing
those are both very good.
So,
actually.
Fred, was Bob correct in saying that yours was the Beavis and Butthead game, or is there something else?
I'm thinking I might want to change mine a little bit after that, but I'm going to go with my original thought. The reason being is it's so incredibly difficult. I don't think I would get bored with it because I'll never finish it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a really fucking hard game.
Okay, now for you two, what do you think Mick's go-to game would be?
Minesweeper.
Gotta get them
Oh,
dubs.
shit, that's
Gotta
a
get them
good
dubs.
pick.
Gotta get
That's a good pick, right?
two
there.
sandwich, dude. Gotta get the two sandwich. Two sandwich.
Man, I know if it was like recent, it would be Baldur's Gate or something, but I don't know
No, maybe
a retro game for you. I'm thinking
Sonic.
like Madden or something. You'd pick
Oh
like
yeah.
some like
Ew.
Madden would be amazing. It is actually, I grew up having a really good time playing the South Park shooter that they had.
Oh,
that's a good
that's
one.
a cool pick.
That,
That's a cool
that
pick.
would be
yeah.
mine because it would just provide a lot of laughs, and that game was just kind of funny in general. Like, why was that even made? Why was that even a thing?
Yeah.
Type of deal.
It was good though.
How about you drop us your retro games in the comments? That'd be great. Thanks for watching the Toon. We'll link everything in the description below. Go check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/wearethetelevision. And if you're an insurer, hit us up in the comments. Nick needs insurance. That'll be great. We'll catch you on the next one, guys.